There you are.
If you eat it, he'll take it and then go with it. Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Anyways.
They're not dangerous, are they?
Well, they have very sharp teeth.
No, the question, Jim, was...
The Tonight Show brought exotic animals on set for decades, expecting controlled entertainment, until rare moments like when sharks lunged at Carson.
Hey, would you hold this for a second?
These are the most shocking animal moments on The Tonight Show. Young tigers scare Carson. It wasn't typical for handlers to bring something as crazy as a tiger, making this Tonight Show episode get one of the highest ratings among other animal segments. A parrot completely takes over. Johnny's interview.
Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Good. Okay, that's one.
Can you say that a little softer?
Hi.
Ooh. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. Like all good singers do before they sing, well, sometimes they like to warm up. Can you warm up for us? Warm up.
This whole segment is framed around the bird hijacking the exchange, giving it much sharper identity than simple talking bird appearance. Leopard shark gets out of hand.
A leopard shark, and leopard sharks are very common in San Francisco, and sharks are, well, you've heard of the Rock.
Yeah.
Couldn't get off the Rock because of sharks. You've heard of Tiburon, so-called because of this kind of shark. And there are probably more sharks in San Francisco Bay than any other kind of fish.
Is this a dangerous kind of shark?
Sure, if you want to deal with the business end.
No.
In fact, I brought with me some slides and film to tell you about some research that I've been doing. Hey, would you hold this for a second?
Shark went right for Ed. Yeah. The shark knows where a meal is.
Just when you thought it was safe to do the Tonight Show.
Right.
A leopard shark is already unusual enough to make conversation interesting before anything goes wrong. The wild turkey vulture goes crazy.
And what I'd like to do, if you'll stand here.
Don't move.
No, if you'll come over here and stand
Right.
right beside the desk.
Take the small piece of meat.
Small piece of meat and hide the rest of the meat.
Hide the rest. Ed, you want to sit on that? What do I just hold it up here on my fingertips?
Look, yeah, there's one thing you got to do, though. You got to hold that in front of you. Whoop, wait a minute now. Look. You got to hold it higher than your head. That's right. Very good. Now I'm going to try something that...
A man and his bird.
Out of all the exotic wild animals Jim Fowler brought on the Tonight Show stage, longtime viewers say this one takes the cake. Baboon in red diaper climbing onto Johnny's desk.
In the world that's actually worshipped, and that's all right. Come here. Come on, boy. That's all right. He's worshipped as an ancestor to human beings. Whoops. Hey, give me that ring. Hey.
How long have you had him under control, Jim?
No wonder. I wonder what he's
Just a little hand gesture. He's perfectly relaxed there.
I meant to have that.
How you doing?
Try to take that away from him.
What?
Just say you're going to take it away from him.
I'd like the banana.
Just tell him you want the banana.
I want the banana. Okay, I don't want it.
Doc, give me the banana.
Give it here. Give it here.
Come on.
Give me the banana. Give me the banana. This is called Doc?
Doc, come here.
It's called Doc.
Come on. Open.
A baboon already brings rough, disruptive energy, and adding the red diaper makes the whole thing even stranger. As the second it gets onto Johnny's desk, the show's normal boundaries are completely gone, creating chaos nobody anticipated or knew how to handle. Baby Jim the gorilla returns.
He's been playing with all the toys we put in there for him.
Has he been on the show before?
He has. This is baby Jim, who is now 14 months old, and part of our gorilla breeding program at the Wild Animal Park. Hi, Jim. Hi.
I remember once on the show. Was that the one I was sitting with at the desk?
He was about 3 months old.
About
Can we show the slide? Somebody said we had a slide when he was on the show.
There he is.
That's when he was 3 months old. Remember that show?
That's when he was just a little toddler. Now he's...
Look at him. I couldn't do that now, could I?
Well...
Hi, Jim. How's it
No,
going?
he's been biting a lot.
This return is special as there's already a relationship or memory attached to the animal, because Baby Jim had already made an appearance twice on The Tonight Show, making the segment feel more specific than a first-time novelty appearance. Johnny recalled years later, baby gorillas work especially well because they seemed sweet and slightly overpowering at the same time. Sharon Johansson's Crazy Sheepdogs.
How are you, Sharon?
Are they great dogs?
That's a beautiful pair of dogs. Those really are. What kind of doggies are those?
Sheepdogs bring discipline and motion instead of just shock value, making a good sheepdog act feel impressive while still leaving room for little bits of disorder on a talk show stage. The Camel Circus.
Oh, can I help you?
Yeah? You might offer Winston a bottle.
Winston?
There.
Winston.
Tilt it up so he can get the milk. Oh, that's great.
Yes. This is a tiger.
A gibbon, a cheetah, and a camel don't belong in the same mental picture, which is exactly why the segment sounds memorable, making that kind of mismatch great for Carson and his show, the porcupine and badger dual appearance.
Very hard to tell. I think that
Well, when you're that ugly, it doesn't make any difference.
these
Are you a male or female? Who cares? I love you.
These are nocturnal. They live in burrows. They breed at night, and they also.
Oh, there's my coffee cup.
They breed underground too.
Yeah.
It's a different thing altogether.
Well, you wouldn't want to see them in the daylight.
Let me show you a couple. Now listen, he's very powerful. One of the worst times, most dangerous situations I've ever been in was I was chasing an aardvark one night, and I was trying to catch it.
Were you lonely, Jim, or what?
The trio feels more volatile than cute as a porcupine, a badger, and a cheetah. Each bring very different kinds of discomfort to the set, giving the segment a sharper edge than a lot of softer animal visits everyone remembers from the show's long history.
It gets lonely in the jungle, folks.
Well, it was pretty late at night.
Well,
but we
all have our little
We
hang-ups.
didn't catch it. We ran into a group of lions instead, but these are like bulldozers, and they actually disappear in the ground faster than you can pull them out.
I think you're going to try to demonstrate.
Feel the strength they have. Let's walk over to the sandbox over here. And
Has he got a name?
this one, I think, is called after the zoo it was born in, Miss Tacoma.
Miss Tacoma? Boy, I don't want to see the runner-up if this is the winner.
Let's see.
Johnny usually gets good material when the audience can feel that none of these creatures belong anywhere near a desk and couch arrangement that defines late-night television's normal boundaries and expectations. The ostriches always make a space feel less stable the second they arrive, as that difference in scale and energy is what gives the appearance a real shape rather than a simple zoo visit that adding ostriches makes the whole thing much stranger and more visually restless, creating memorable television that stands out from typical animal segments. The Nilgai stayed relatively calm while the ostriches provided all the chaotic movement that made the segment impossible to predict, as Joan Embury tried explication nearly impossible through constant distraction. Poodle loves Carson.
Only dogs can run. You can't run sheep.
He thought it was a sheep?
Yeah. They haven't seen before poodles. They've only seen huskies.
Why did you decide to use poodles?
Well, I wanted to give the breed its chance, and the most effective way was to run poodles, which they said that they would never complete the race, not this century or in the next century.
Yeah.
So the most effective way to break the sissy name that's placed on the poodle is to do something like mushing out sled dogs. My father-in-law had
You want to give him a macho image, huh?
Yeah, give every underdog its day.
Yeah.
This is a great last pick, because the premise is funny before the clip even starts as poodles, and the Iditarod don't belong together in most people's minds, which is exactly why the segment has such a strong hook that immediately grabs attention and holds it. Carson's material works best when the audience can feel the absurdity instantly, and this concept delivers that in one simple phrase, making it memorable long after the episode aired. The comedy comes from the clash between elegant, groomed image and brutal wilderness event, as Johnny would naturally have endless material to work with, because the contrast writes itself without requiring much setup. The poodles looked absurd in their mushing harnesses designed for stocky, thick-furred huskies built specifically for Arctic endurance racing, as the owner had to explain repeatedly that poodles are actually athletic, capable dogs despite their fancy reputation.
Do you have to train them? Aren't the huskies specially trained, though, to pull sleds?
Absolutely. Huskies are born and bred to do this for centuries, and now they're getting into the super dog area.
Right.
But they have a little computer chip in their brain that says go. And so there isn't all that much training to do with a husky.
Yeah.
But any dog, non-Arctic northern breed, a dog that's not a husky-type dog, that dog must be educated and must be taught to run. And so...
How do you educate them to the cold? I mean, the huskies, I understand, but don't they freeze their little paws off?
Johnny made jokes about the poodles demanding heated rest stops or refusing to continue without proper grooming facilities, while the segment included photographs or video footage of the actual race showing perfectly groomed poodles running through snow and ice. The audience struggled to reconcile the image of prissy show dogs with the brutal 1,000-mile Iditarod race conditions known for taking out unprepared teams, as Carson asked whether the poodles required special protective gear beyond what traditional sled dogs use. The owner defended the breed's athletic capabilities while acknowledging how ridiculous the whole premise sounded to skeptics, as the poodles brought to the studio looked nothing like working sled dogs, creating immediate visual humor. Johnny referenced famous Iditarod champions, highlighting the absurd difference between Malamutes and standard poodles in build and temperament, while the segment generated controversy among both poodle enthusiasts who felt misunderstood and Iditarod purists who considered it disrespectful. Ed McMahon contributed jokes about pampered dogs demanding room service after each leg of the race, as the story raised legitimate questions about why someone would attempt this brutal challenge with a breed never designed for it. Carson asked how veteran mushers reacted to seeing perfectly coiffed poodles at the official starting line in Alaska, while the poodles demonstrated some obedience skills on set, though nothing remotely resembling actual sled pulling. The segment became legendary precisely because it challenged fundamental assumptions about both the elegant poodle breed and the notoriously difficult Iditarod, simultaneously creating cognitive dissonance that made it unforgettable. The Tonight Show's most shocking animal moments came not from perfectly controlled demonstrations, but from the beautiful chaos that erupted when wild creatures refused to follow the script, reminding viewers that no amount of television professionalism could fully tame nature's unpredictability. Johnny Carson's genius was rolling with these disasters rather than trying to stop them, showing that sometimes the greatest television happens when animals ignore entirely what they're supposed to do. Which shocking and crazy Tonight Show animal moment do you think was the wildest? Tell everyone in the comments down below, and please don't forget to subscribe to see more classic Johnny Carson animal moments.